Welcome back to the Sage Seeking Sisters. I'm Stacy.
And I'm Jackie.
And this
and
is
I'm Tony.
For another edition of Sages of the Ages, remembering forgotten wisdom.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, or share.
All the above.
I did, it's great. You'll enjoy it.
Aw.
So, while we're trying to inspire and share any insights, what do you think is the purpose of your life?
I think the purpose of my life has always been to help younger people than myself. Because I always wind up, well, as a teacher, I did student teacher in high school for, well, Be What You Want to Be Day. So I did math for that. And then I taught for 36 years. And now everybody that works for me is young enough to be my kid or grandkid.
Mm-hmm.
And I take a genuine concern in their lives. So they come and they talk to me and it's just like, this happened. I go, well, you shouldn't do that or let people talk to you that way. And I just, just nice and listen.
Sure.
That's what I do.
Aww.
And how do you think that the younger generation is today?
They're overwhelmed. There's way too much information.
Oh yeah.
When I was growing up, there weren't even answering machines. You get a busy signal, so you can actually be disconnected from the rest of the world for a while.
Yeah.
Now, it's 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's like nonstop. If I want to leave my phone at home.
Yeah, it's screen time constant.
Yeah, it's
Plugged in.
Always.
Too much.
You can't ever have private time.
No.
Because somebody can always interrupt you.
And how do you think that that's taking away from them?
It doesn't give them reflection time or brain rest time. You can't reflect on what happened because something else is happening right now.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. So what advice would you give either your younger self or someone in similar life circumstances?
My younger self, I would say, do your homework. Try your hardest. Don't just coast by on whatever skill you have. Pick something, focus on it, and work as hard as you can. And that's how you get to be in a place where you'll be happy.
Now, is there a daily wellness routine or spiritual routine that you do?
Funny enough, I talk to my cats.
Okay.
And it's just like I sit there at 5 o'clock in the morning, the one cat wakes me up and it's like, okay. Then I just chat with the cat, feed the cat, do my day. I used to walk my dog and talk to my dog, but I don't have a dog anymore. But I don't really do anything particularly spiritual. I guess, relax my head so that in the morning, I'm not thinking of anything.
Is it any type of meditation or it's just reflection time?
I can actually turn off my brain entirely. Okay. And it's just like, I guess you would call it meditation, but I could just sit there and it's like there's nothing going on and it's just quiet time.
Yeah.
And
good.
I can do it anywhere, anytime. Just like
great.
when I leave here today, I might magically pull into my driveway and have no thought about the entire trip. Because
I can see that though. Sometimes I go from point A to point B and I'm like, my brain was just like,
sometimes
shut up.
That's a little disassociation.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I mean,
I've had it.
it's great. It's the best feel. Well, you get scared because you don't know where you are. But when you can do it, when you're just hanging around, sitting, it's like taking a nap, only you weren't asleep. It's wonderful.
It's nice, relaxing. Yeah. So how would you define love? How has it impacted your life?
See, how do you describe love? That's a tough one.
It is.
More because you have different relationships and you love that person, you had an intimate connection emotionally, but it's different from all the other ones. So to sit there and say, well, this is what it's like with everybody, it's like finishing your other sentences. Like you're sitting there and you're intimately connected in so many ways that even though you're independent, have separate thoughts, separate ideas about things, when it comes to important things, you actually know what each other's thinking about already. And, you care about them. It's like my wife has chronic illness and she's always apologizing that I have to help her. And I go, shut up. You don't have to apologize to me.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I care about you, I love you, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah, but that's interesting because I don't know if the younger generation looks at it that way all the time. Because you got married, you're into it, and
Mhm.
obviously it's like a death, till death do you part.
Yeah.
But I don't know if everybody views it the same
Well,
way.
the first marriage wasn't like that. It was like, could have been death. And
It's not necessarily till death
Yeah.
do you part. It's more of that unconditional.
Yeah,
Like I'm
it's
gonna
like-
make this
yeah.
sacrifice.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's-
Compromise.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just like,
that's just what you do.
this is what you do.
Mhm.
Like it's
It's
the
like-
sacrifice and compromise part
Yeah.
that the younger generation may.
No, they don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I think I was trying to
Yeah.
say.
Well, and,
yeah.
well, it even carries on if you look at careers. I mean, I did the same thing at the same place for 31 years, and I don't think I know anybody else that's going to do that that's like 25 and out.
Right. No.
And I think I've
Mhm.
read that like your average 30-year-olds had 6 different jobs
Mhm.
Yeah.
that are career oriented. It's not even just I worked at McDonald's and then I changed to Burger King. It's just like I graduated from college and this is what I did, and I stayed there for 6 months. I didn't like it so much, and then I went to this other place.
Yeah. There's no social contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think are some of the biggest life lessons you've had?
Failure. It's just like I coasted through life in high school. It's just like I didn't study, I didn't try hard, and everything worked out fine. And then the first time something went wrong and it didn't work, it was just like I had no idea how to cope with it. And it, like going to college, it's like, holy shit, I have to work, I have to try. I was totally unprepared. I mean, because I'd never put forth an effort. So college all of a sudden was a shock. So that was my biggest life lesson. It's like, if you don't try hard, when it's time to try hard, you don't know how.
And do you have a favorite quote or advice that you want to give to our viewers?
And so it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. The funny thing was, there was a girl that worked with us for about a year, and it turns out we both were reading the same books, and that was like his famous thingy, Vonnegut, and so it goes.
Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah. So yeah, it's his quote. It's simple, and it's just like it means everything. It's just like, hey, it happens. Move on.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much
thank
for
you.
being a part of this. We
Oh.
appreciate it.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for asking me.
Aw, thank you.
And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
And share.
Yes.
Thanks.